What's up, traders? Matt from the Trade Brigade here doing a technical analysis on ticker symbol ULTA for Ulta Beauty. On the left-hand side, we're looking at the daily time frame, and on the right-hand side, the 30-minute intraday time frame. First thing we need to point out is that these guys did give us an earnings announcement after the bell today, so let's flip on our extended hours session and see what is going on with the number. Zooming in here, you can see there was quite a bit of volatility, but for the sake of today's video, we're going to assume we're opening on a gap up. I would likely argue that this move here, this red candle on Thinkorswim, was a misprint. I'm sure it did move higher, and then you can see we're consolidating nicely into this sort of flag pattern in the extended hours. Again, this is kind of a misprinting looking thing. For now, we'll assume that we're opening somewhere around here, around 410 the whole dollar, and we'll assume that the high of the overnight is up here around $414.65. Remember, a lot can happen between now and 9:30, but that's going to help us out with the framework that we use whenever we're trading gaps. So we're going to turn that off and shift the focus over to the daily time frame now. What I want to do is focus on this here, and of course, we're going to look for the gap fade. That's the first thing you always think about whenever you're opening on an extreme imbalance. So if we open up here and we fail to take out the overnight high and we trade back down through the open at 410, you're looking for the short to come back down towards 390.26, the high of today's trading session. That would be the gap and trap scenario. If we look at the trade tab, you'll clearly see that this one is easy to borrow, and also the options chain, we have weekly options here, they're not that great, right? So if we just check in on any of these expirations, the options volume and open interest, it's just not there. So I'd encourage you to just stick to short shares instead of looking for a put play inside of Ulta. To the upside, right, the flip side of this coin is that we get a gap and go. In that scenario, we open somewhere here. If we fail to take out the open on any consolidation in here, maybe we test the overnight high a couple of times. You're looking for the breakout up and over 414.50 into blue sky territories. In this case, I would probably argue you're looking at whole dollars, $5 marks, and $10 marks as overhead resistance as we trade into blue sky territories, remembering that this is going to be a stock trading over 400 if this gap truly does hold into the bell tomorrow. If we move lower than the gap, obviously there's not much to talk about to the upside, but if we move lower than the gap underneath 390.26, what is the must hold area in my opinion? It's simply going to be right here, right? If we do something like this, you can clearly see this offered an area of resistance. So, kind of here, here, here. And if we were to pull back and get into that, that would ideally need to hold, in my opinion, for this to remain in a healthy uptrend. Anything more than that starts to get into question, was that a massive blow off top? Are we coming back down into this overall range from in here? So those are my thoughts on Ulta. A lot of it is going to hinge upon what happens in the first 15 or 30 minutes of tomorrow's trading session and how we deal with this gap. Is it a gap and go, or is it a gap and trap? If you enjoyed the video or learned anything new, let me know down below in the comments section or by giving the video a thumbs up. Don't forget our main channel is linked in the description, and all of that being said, I wish you a green trading week.